Hey guys, it's Kim here, and welcome back to my top 5 games of 2015. I am joined by the ever-majestic Rythian. How are you doing, sir?
Hi Kim, I'm doing great. Majestic, that is an awful term.
What? You are pretty majestic.
You're this whole monarchy thing, you know? Like I like to feel myself. I'm more to it than just my royalness, you know? Like I feel like it's more to me than that.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
The beautiful, the handsome, the ranty, the opinionated.
All of these are great.
Okay.
All of these, I'm already happy I showed up. Like it's great.
Okay, well let's smash straight into it. In at number 5, what is your number 5 game of 2015?
Grand Theft Auto 5 and Grand Theft Auto Online. They are technically two different games, so that's how they like to separate them. But I mean, it's the same game, really, is what it is. But yeah, GTA 5. I know this game technically came out for the PS3 and 360 in 2013.
Yeah.
And then it came out for the PS4 and Xbox One in 2014, and then finally it came out for PC in 2015. It is a little bit ridiculous it took them that long, but you can't argue with the quality. Like it's just really good. It's the best GTA game they've done yet. I remember sitting and playing GTA 3, like doing 100% of it, like getting all the I didn't really have achievements back in the day on PlayStation 2, but like getting all the packages and all the side missions and everything, and I'm going like, this would be so awesome if I could do this with my friends at the same time. And now you can! Like, playing GTA Online is really cool. It tends to start with just a couple of people and you're going around and there's so many different things to do. You fly everywhere, you go into a helicopter, you parachute down, and you all do it, like, you have the same sense of freedom that you have in the older GTA games, and you do it with your friends, and it's fantastic. And this is all like on top of a very good single player. I keep saying campaign these days, but I guess let's just call it campaign. Yeah, I like a single player campaign of the other game, like which you have the whole flip between 3 characters, and there's a lot of stuff to do. It's a lot of variety, a lot of fun stuff. The only thing I would prefer is that there was a little bit more heist missions and a little bit less of the others, because those were always really awesome. And I thought it was a really cool idea that it actually did change, which different crew member you brought along with and so on. I had a cool idea, and it did make you feel that, if I do replay this at some point, it won't be too bad. But it's a pretty long game. I don't see myself replaying it from scratch anytime soon, I think. Speaking of heists, they were also basing online.
I don't really like the single player mode. I didn't like any of the characters. I hated pretty much all of them, and I found them pretty horrible. So I just stopped playing the single player because I couldn't stand them anymore. But online, I think is fantastic. I can't get enough of it.
Yeah, none of them are all 3 of them are pretty horrible people in different order, Like you have Trevor, who is obviously completely total psychopath. And I really feel like a lot of people will have him as their favorite because they're like, oh, he's so crazy. But no, he's too crazy and too insane and too bad.
Nasty.
Too nasty a person, basically, for me to care about. I didn't want to play him.
So that's at number 5. Yeah. So what is your number 4?
Now, here's the thing, right? Number 2, 3, and 4 are all very close to each other, and I've struggled actually placing them on a proper placement that actually fits well. So these are very close to each other, and at any given day I could probably switch them out. But for now, number 4 is Starcraft II: Legacy of the Void, and this is of course the standalone expansion pack that came out to Starcraft II this year, very recently actually. Okay. And
what's that? Starcraft. I've never heard of this.
Please, Kim.
Star Wars. Is this the Battlefront one?
No.
With the
stop it.
Okay.
It hurts my heart when you do this.
I can't resist because it's just your Achilles heel. If I want to wind you up, it's just guaranteed. If I'm just do the whole Star Wars, Star Trek. Starship Troopers, right? No, that sure.
I will give you. There is a lot of stuff called Star something. I mean, they're adding more to it now with like Star Citizen and Star Map and whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
But no,
right,
Starcraft.
Go on.
Starcraft.
Have your moment.
You know, Starcraft, as in Warcraft, as in World of Warcraft, as in Starcraft.
Yes,
as in...
I know very well.
Yes, thank you. Starcraft II: Legacy of the Void is the last chapter in the three-part story of Starcraft II, and therefore also the last chapter in the big story that Starcraft started all the way back in Starcraft 1, which was what, 1999?
Yeah, jeez.
1998, something older maybe even. It is a massive ending to a massive story. Obviously, part of the reason that story is so long is because it took about 10 years between games, but you know, whatever. I loved StarCraft. Even more so than Warcraft, StarCraft was the game I grew up with. When I was in school, StarCraft was what it was all about. That's when just about when I started discovering internet. This was back before the time of broadband, okay? This is how old I am. This is... You shut up. You're just as old as me. You shut up. So right... right when like online...
Back in the days of dial-up!
Exactly. Back when like online was becoming a thing, you know, you used your modem to go online and play StarCraft, and when you're done, you shut down the modem. Like, that was the thing.
Jesus Christ, and
not to be the old guy, but then, and then that day, my parents couldn't call on the phone because I was using the telephone line. Yeah, it was... Yeah, and you had to warn. Okay, this is getting into the stupid old people rant, but like you had to warn your parents, I'm gonna play now, so that they didn't pick up the phone and try to call, because you would get disconnected in the middle of your StarCraft game, and you would get that one, like under the disconnects on your score, it would say wins, losses, disconnects, and you really didn't want to have any numbers under the disconnects, because that proved you disconnected, and that's not good. That's not good.
Yeah.
Anyway, so just this is the mark. Like that was like around the time I want to say like between 12 and 16 or something like that. I was playing a lot of StarCraft with all my friends and like the entire school. I remember at one point I made an entire guild with like all the people from my class and the parallel class in school, and like I had this. I didn't want everyone to use all their stupid names because everyone had really stupid names.
Oh wait, I remember this. Yeah, you gave them all names, didn't you?
You
were like,
you're
gonna be this.
You have to be called this because they all had stupid names. They all had like stupid names, and stupid names were not cool. So I decided, to be fair, I made it like a themed guild. All right, so it was like, okay, we're all gonna be like Knights of the Round Table. So I made like a huge list of names. Yeah, it's like you could pick from these, and you can be in the guild. Yeah, I mean it wasn't really much of a point. But a point being, like, it was a big part of me, my extracurricular life and school and games. It was just StarCraft all the time. Not to, like that, and that was on the multiplayer side, playing games. I was also involved with like the map making community. I ended up making friends there, like online, that I'm still in touch with to this day. That's awesome. In like making a series of maps and so on. It was just it was huge. So finally, coming back to the actual subject of StarCraft II, seeing the end of that storyline, seeing like plot threads that was begun, like what, I don't know how many years ago, many years ago, like 17 years ago or something like that, 16, 17 years ago, those plot threads finally being like unwoven, and you know, get to see the actual storyline being revealed before your eyes, like doing stuff that you didn't even imagine like you could do in a computer game back then, just how cool it is now. Seeing all the badass cinematics and stuff, the things you could only imagine would happen before. Like it's such a good moment for someone who's playing StarCraft. And even beyond that, it's just flat out a really good game. Like if you at all can see yourself having fun in an RTS, like leading an army and fighting, if it's at all viable, it's worth playing. Because it is as good as it's ever gonna get. You just get a lot of a lot of fun. Just sending your armies against the enemy and destroying them, and you have a lot of cool toys, cool abilities. It's just really good. It's just really good.
Well, given how much of a kind of like emotional and sort of, I guess like life attachment that you have to StarCraft II, I'm completely lost as to what the hell you're going to choose for 3, 2, and 1.
Number 3 is one of those games, and one of the games I had tons of fun with, and that I've played with you, and that is Rocket League. Because Rocket League came out of nowhere and was just exploded into like the best multiplayer game of the year by far. Like, it is insanely fun. It is so intense, so adrenaline packed, so just pure fun of like car soccer explosions, boost, fly, shoot, despair and joy and everything as you miss, as you hit, as you play with your friends and you get angry at them being good quicker than you because they're good and you're not, and then you try to save and you fail, but then the next round you get the perfect score that bounces off the wall, and it is such an emotional roller coaster, that game, and it is great. And I think a mark of it that makes it so good is when the game makes you angry at not being good at it, because I play it and then I'm done playing it and it's like, I need to practice. I need to sit down and put hours and hours to practice so I can be really good at this game, because I just have this, I really feel like this is a game I want to be great at, you know, because it looks so cool when people are good at it. And then you're not good at it and you screw up the most stupid things and you feel like such a fool. And it's just an amazing multiplayer experience, pretty much unmatched this year, even though there's been so many other good ones. I think Rocket League is just on top. The fact that it just came out of nowhere, like, well, not out of nowhere, like Super Acrobatic Rocket Power Battle Cars was like a PS4 title for a long time, and this is basically the sequel. Yeah. But this is just like on an entirely different level as far as I can understand. It's just huge and everyone loves it. And it's also like, It pretty much created an esport. Like, immediately as soon as it came out, people want to do this like competitively. And that is awesome to watch them. I mean, it's ridiculous to watch people play because they're just so beyond anything you can even imagine. And they're always flying and they're doing the crazy jumps and I don't even know. But it just inspire you, you know, and wants to make you play better.
I know what you mean. I definitely know what you mean. So that is a really good choice at number 3.
Yeah.
So what's going to be number 2? I feel lost and like wildly off track here. I don't know what's coming next. So put me out of my misery. What's next?
Number 2 is Undertale. Now, this was a game I didn't want to like because it came out and immediately the audience and the fandom just went crazy over it, and they started throwing out their memes and their references and just like praising it to high heavens, like saying it was, it's such an emotional experience that touched me, it's like better than anything else. People are just going crazy about it, and it looked so stupid, weird JRPG, like some funny dogs and lols. You can date a skeleton. You go to the Steam page, the reviews are all stupid inside jokes from the game. 10 out of 10. You're gonna have a bad time. Lol. Thumbs up or whatever. The review list is like here's stuff that's in the game. You can date a skeleton. There's 5 dogs. It has graphics. Maybe there were 6 dogs. Or lol, maybe 7. You keep It's just irreverent, pointless bullshit. Like, this is trash. I don't want anything to do with this. But so then I start playing it. And which I don't even know why I started playing. I guess because everyone said it was so good. I guess I probably wanted to play it and say, I played it, not that good. Or something. I don't know. I wanted to have like backing for my opinion. But I start playing it and it starts and it's like, it's kind of cute, I guess, you know, sort of fun, cutesy, kind of clever, great. I mean, immediately great music. Like step 1, music fantastic from the beginning. I think honestly that's what kept me in it more than anything. Go through this immediate ruins thing, learn a little bit of battle system, start getting the hang of things at the beginning, going, okay, it's not too bad, I guess. I assume it's going to get harder, that's fine. The battle system basically where it's sort of turn-based. You walk around, suddenly random encounter, enemies appear, you get to choose whether you want to attack or like talk to them or run away or whatever. Once you've done your attack, it's their turn. Their turn basically makes it like a bullet hell dodger thing for you. You control a little heart thing in the middle, and you have to move around and avoid a bunch of projectiles and stuff. Eventually, it's more complicated, as in you have to stand still for blue. When you're green, you have to block things. When you're there's a bunch of different things going on basically. But it starts basic. Mm-hmm. And it's like, yeah, this is a pretty good, it works as a system, I think. And you get to the end and things start getting a little bit emotional fairly quickly. It's like this person sort of taking you and want to keep you safe, but you want to go home. So you're trying to find a way home and she's trying to hold you back, and it's dangerous out there, you need to stay with me and so on. And then eventually it's forced into this sort of confrontation, which she basically says like, I need you to stay. If you don't leave and go back upstairs, I will be forced to fight you. And then you fight her, and it's like, no, Mom, I don't want to fight you. She's like a really nice mom that made you pie and stuff, and it's like, no, I don't want to fight. And then you're faced with like this first proper, moral decision of the game. Like, fight, like, how do you fight? How do you fight? Can you, like, what do you do? Like, because you talk and you're not sure it goes anywhere, and you try to like spare her and she won't spare you, and and I don't want to spoil anything, because by God, if there's a game that shouldn't be spoiled, it's Undertale. But basically something happens there, and it just really, really opened your eyes to like, okay, there is way more to this game than what it looked like. And then it sort of continues. You meet new characters, and yes, you see the stupid, silly characters at first, but by God, they're charming. Like, sort of against your will, you start smiling at stupid jokes. You start liking them. You're just like, oh, this is cool. Oh, these are awesome. Oh, they're funny. You walk around and talk to NPCs and stuff, and it feels comfortably funny. And then you get further on, and like everything is sort of quirky and stuff. And I usually hate quirky. I think quirky is stupid, but it just worms your way into your heart, and you start really, really liking it. And the game, it's like it's on a rocket ship to Amazingville. It just goes better and better and better. Like every step of the way, something more awesome happens. Like the story builds up in an amazing way. You get to see the next boss fight. Boss fights get crazier, like it in an amazing way. Like the type of things you have to avoid. It's nowhere near like a real bullet hell shooter, but like it still really, really goes insane. But it's so good, and I've been pushing it on people for so long. Me and Ravs really badgered Nilesy and Zoe into playing this. We went after them and Bree as well. Like we really, you guys have to play this. Play it. I knew particularly that Zoe would absolutely love it. And
it hit her number 5 as well. So her top 5 list too.
Yeah, I knew she was gonna love it, and I know she'd also played like 1 hour or something on stream, and I was like, you have to play more. You are absolutely going to please play more. You will not regret it.
Going.
And then eventually she did, and she absolutely loved it as well. And so it makes me like feel vindicated. Yeah, I knew what you were saying. Yeah, I knew it. And then I'm the same. I want people to play this game, because I really do think people will love this game, even if it doesn't seem like you will, because I didn't think I would like it, and I absolutely loved it.
Well, like I said with Zoe, I'm one of those people who are like you, who looked at it and went, what the hell is this? Yeah. But I think between the two of you, you have convinced me like it's going to be my Christmas break game. I can't wait to actually kind of get involved.
I really do think you should give it a great go.
I absolutely will do. So don't worry, you're already preaching to the choir. I've already got it down on my Steam wish list, and it's going to be my holiday game. Okay, so you've got a pretty strong selection leading up to number 1. So I'm pretty clueless. Well, actually, maybe I'm not. I don't know.
I think you might have
Could
a suspicion,
go anywhere.
and I think a lot of people will as well if they've paid any attention to what I've said.
Okay, so I'm going to guess, is your number 1 Call of Duty Black Ops 3?
It is indeed, because it was just so amazing that... Oh, man. I made that joke last year, I think, but I kind of want to, I think I played my last one for now. I gave it 3 shots.
You just want to love those games, don't you? You just want to love them, and they just kill you every time.
They could They could make them good, but they don't. I don't know why. It's not. It's honestly not that hard. It doesn't take a lot for me to enjoy those games. Because take what you already have, add variety and decent writing. I'm not expecting Undertale quality writing, just decent writing. That's it. That's it.
Okay, so what is gonna... If it's not Call of Duty, I'm all out. So what is your number one game of 2015?
My number one year of 2015 is, and it is undeserved... definitely deservedly so, Unmatched, The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt.
Okay.
It is an absolute masterpiece in terms of gaming. I really do think nothing compares this year or the year before, or probably for quite a lot of years. Okay, everyone has said this, and I really don't like describing it, Lisa, but I'm gonna anyway because I feel like it's gonna grab some people. Like, imagine Skyrim, but instead of like a big world with a lot of empty stuff to do in between, bad voice acting, wooden characters, and sort of like... I mean, I love Skyrim. Skyrim is a really great, awesome open world game. But it is like in a toy box as opposed to the real world when you come to The Witcher. Because The Witcher 3 has a ginormous world, just like Skyrim. Probably bigger. Like definitely feels bigger. I usually don't give a shit about like how big the world is, and they always throw out like amount of kilometers or whatever. Who cares? Like, it doesn't matter how long I have to ride on my horse. Like, whatever. But The Witcher 3 is just full of so much good stuff. Like, there's so many like small question marks on the map. There's like, oh yeah, this is a little quest, and you go there. And it's a fully voiced interaction with the guy. The voice actors are varied and they're well done. They have an interesting quest for you. You go to a place and you find this sword or something, and there's a journal, and you go back to the guy. The guy tries to betray you, and you kill him. Have a sword. You go with the sword to find its original creator. The creator tells you the story of how he made the sword, and the sword involved like a giant. You go to the giant, you kill the giant, you bring him back, and you use so much stuff to do. And that's just a tiny side quest thing you found on the map. This is not even close to getting to the Witcher contracts, which is when you're the Witcher, obviously, you're basically a professional monster hunter, is what you do. So people hire you to like, there's a griffin attacking our village. We've lost 2 kids already. Please, someone help. And it's like, yeah, well, I'm gonna need 300 crowns because you basically the code of the Witches is basically, for the most part, you have to ask for money. Because if you don't ask for money, if you're just a hero going around doing all this for free, then every other Witcher is gonna starve because they can't get any money.
Gonna go bankrupt,
So you have to, and you ask for money, whatever. And obviously you can be nice and don't ask for less or whatever. But the point is, you go and you kill him. Okay, I gotta find the griffin. So you go to this place, you track him. It's the CSI thing. You're going through your Witcher senses. You follow the tracks. You like discover something. And then like the awesome voice actor for Geralt, and he's like, dung. Seems like his history. It might have been. He's like the female, large. Let's go there. And then he goes to a place and he finds it. He tracks to the chest. They're like, okay, so now you know where it is. You're gonna fight a royal griffin. It's on the top of the mountain. Time to do some preparation. So you put oil on your weapon, like that is especially good against the griffin. You drink a potion. You prepare 2 types of bombs and traps and stuff. You place them down. You go. You fight it. You pull it back into your magical trap. It's slowed. You use your sword and you kill it. And once you're done, you grab all the stuff you have, including a trophy that you hang on your horse, and then you have a griffin head hanging on your horse. And you go back to the enemies. They're like, see this thing? Yeah, I killed it. You get paid. Your quest is done, and you have done all this much and all this cool preparation stuff for just one of the monster killing side quests. It's not just go kill thing. It becomes a big thing, and some quests get even bigger with it. You get a quest to go kill a werewolf. You go to kill the werewolf dies but can't be killed. And he's like, I'm still alive, like, you can't kill me. And it's like, what the hell's going on? It's like, oh, it's a curse. Where did the curse happen? You go back, talk to the priestesses. The priestesses tell the entire story. Werewolf used to be this marauder type of guy. So the marauder type of guy did this, that, like, go back, find information from one of the people that he fought. He tells his story, he tells you what's going on, and also gives you, like, a tooth that you can use to kill him with. And it's like, okay, that's cool, that's something. Or like, but you can only kill him by turning him back to normal. So you go back, and then in the process find out, you read a book. In the book you find find out that one of the guys with the tooth was actually involved in the Marauders gang in the first place. And then you go back and find them, and you're suddenly facing this moral choice. What do I do with the werewolf? Do I kill it? Do I kill the other guy? Do I save him? Because then the werewolf guy offers you, if you save me and let me go, I will give you like a quarter of my entire treasure, and I have a lot of treasure. And stuff. So, okay, well, so you basically have moral choice and stuff as well. You know, and then you go on there and then you start just kill them all or whatever, and you get your stuff done, and then quests done, and again, this is only the contract quest. I'm not even going into the proper official side quests, which are majorly big and stuff. I can go on for so long about how deep and involved the world is with genuine, meaningful, well-written, fantastic content.
Well, it must be, just given that, like, especially after the story you told us earlier with Starcraft II about it being, you know, your childhood game that you grew up with, and then that's all the way down there in The Witcher 3 is like just stomping all over it there.
It's just so good.
Okay, I believe you. I believe you. I believe you. I believe it's your number one game. Oh my god. But no, I totally get it. Like, I've read a fair few of the books, and I haven't had time to properly delve into The Witcher 3, but again, that is like my holiday break kind of, I am coming for you. Especially by then, I'm hoping that I'll be done with Fallout 4. So yeah, I'm so looking forward to it, especially after what both you and Xylus have said about it. Wow. Okay, so going over your list again, in at number 5 is GTA 5 online and single player.
Yeah, we'll just say GTA 5 because that's basically what it is.
GTA 5, yeah. Okay, and then in at number 4 is Starcraft II, Legacy of the Void.
Yep.
Number 3 is Rocket League. And number 2 is Undertale. And number 1 is The Witcher 3.
The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Oh man, that's been a really good year.
What an amazing list.
I know some people is going to cheat and do this list, but I didn't even need to this year. These are all games that were released in 2015, and they were all fantastic. It's been so good. I remember 2014. I had issues at the end, and like some of them I was like, and some of them was like, you know, maybe it kind of released earlier, but I'm gonna put it in anyway or whatever. But this one, it was just a really good year for games. You know, it was just an embarrassment of riches. It's so much fun to play, and there still is. Like, I still play Rocket League. I still play GTA 5. I still play Witcher 3. I still play Starcraft II Legacy of the Void. And there's so many more games to play as well that we mentioned, like as honorable mentions or whatever. And games I've just happened to forget this day, but are still really awesome or something. It was a great year for games, and I'm happy to be a gamer.
I definitely agree with you, and like I'm so excited to actually, you know, have some time to plow through The Witcher and Undertale. I can't wait.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Rythian, for joining me. It's been a pleasure as usual.
I love talking about this sort of stuff. I'm sorry it ran a bit long.
I know you do.
I kept track of the time and said, okay, I gotta get a move on now, but I get into things and I can't stop talking. I'm sorry.
It's fine, and that's why I love doing this with you every single year, because I just know like it's gonna be great. Like it's gonna be a good conversation to have, because you know it's just nice to talk to someone with some actual like passion about what they do and what they play. Like it's always a pleasure. And as for the rest of you, let me know what your top 5 games of 2015 have been in the comments below, and we'll see you guys next year. Bye!
Bye!